into the final stage, which is the deployment or the performance stage. It means I've got to be and become so frustrated with where I am today that I've got to push myself into a greater future that I have in my present reality. Here comes the problem though. The moment I step out and seek opportunity, I'm faced with opposition, and sometimes I let my opposition fool me into thinking that it's not an opportunity like I supposed. My mama said it this way. She said, boy, if you're walking with God, it means you're walking in the opposite direction of the devil. And if you never meet the devil at some point on your path, it means you're going in the same direction. What I came to tell you, dumb, silly rabbit tricks are for kids. Sometimes you're going to have trouble in this life. Sometimes you're going to have bruises and scars. Sometimes you're going to be knocked down. But it's in those times where something that God placed within me rises to the surface and gives me the kind of momentum, power, force, and vigor to fight and keep going a little while longer. Who have I come to talk to in this house on today? You got a Miss Seeley and Sophia anointing. You said all of your life you had to fight, and you don't mind fighting this time because you believe on the other side of this fight there is success, and you're willing to go through whatever you got to go through in order to get what God said was already yours. Am I talking to scribes up in here today that don't mind fighting, that don't mind saying whatever I got to do, that's what I'm willing to do to get what I desire to have. Y'all sit down. Let me pump my brakes before I run into something. It's in Galatians 6 and 9 where Paul says something that rings from eternity down into time. He said, be not weary in well-doing, for in due season you're going to reap if you decide to faint not. Can I tell you, failure is a decision, and you've got to come to the place where failure is no longer an option. Who am I talking to in here on this evening that loves when your back is up against the wall and people count you out and say you'll never be anything? That's when you discover a determination that's been lying dormant that you didn't even know you had. You said, I gotta stay up at night taking no dose, drinking black coffee with toothpicks under my lids. I'm gonna make a liar out of you. I'm gonna do everything you said I couldn't do. Well, the news has been spread. The devil said you'll never be successful. The devil said you couldn't get healed. The devil said you wouldn't prosper. The devil said you'll never get married. The devil said you couldn't have babies. The devil said you wouldn't get the job. The devil